It might be morning, it might be evening, it might be afternoon for you by the time you're listening to this episode. Therefore, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, all across this entire world, from whatever place it is that you're tuned on to this daily teaching show on the subjects of purpose, productivity, and resilience. Those are the three things that we are normally zeroing in, and from time to time we also talk about many other things, like, for example, right now we are in the middle of a series. We're talking about reputation. If these episodes, you're listening to them for the very first time, making sense to you, share with as many people as you can so that we can continue building this virtual incubator for purpose, for productivity, and for resilience. We've taken a look at two reasons, two things that you stand to lose when you are having a bad reputation. And today, I want us to look at the third thing that you stand to lose if you're having a bad reputation, so that we can mend it. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
You know, one interesting thing about reputations is that it involves largely people. In fact, 100% it involves people. Therefore, the things that you stand to lose as far as reputation is concerned, when you have a bad reputation, the things that you stand to lose are things that are people related. These are things that I could have covered in just about one episode, and we get exhausted and so on. But I wanted us to just rub it in. Stay with one point at a time and just rub it in until we are sure, until we are aware of the heaviness, of the density of the matter, the gravity of the matter as far as relationships are concerned and as far as reputation is concerned. The very first thing, this is very important, you stand to lose trust, and therefore you cannot be entrusted whenever you have a bad reputation. The second thing that you stand to lose when you have a bad reputation is relationships. You have broken relationships when you have a bad reputation. It almost always follows that good relationships that you were invested in and that were a pivotal point of your success journey, a pillar in the things that you are trying to bring forth on the face of the earth, those relationships are always broken every time your reputation is spoiled. Now, the third thing is, again, still related to relationships. What happens when you're having a bad relationship? Probably the relationship is not going to break. When you're having a bad reputation, probably the relationship is not going to break. But at some point, number 3, what's going to happen is that you're going to lose favor. Favor, we talked about this in some episodes back. Favor is when your name is being mentioned positively in a place. He said, do you know this guy called Lawrence? He's a very good guy. He's very consistent with his podcast. I know we are trying to build this TV station, and I know he can be a very good content go-to person for content. He can repurpose his podcasts, and we can make a TV show out of it. Your name is being mentioned in places with favor because of your good reputation. Now, the danger is that it's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin also applies. Loss of favor follows a bad reputation. Every time your reputation is spoiled, and this one is normally even much more potent than favor itself. Loss of favor is much more potent. Every time a bad reputation happens, it spoils you, and it travels like wildfire. Truth normally, like I said in some episodes back, truth is dense. Truth is weighty. It's glorious. And it takes a lot of time to travel around. But a bad reputation is very light. It catches on, it's sticky and catches on very fast. And therefore that's what people like talking about. I guarantee you 60% of idle talk that people normally engage in is with bad reputation. Did you hear what happened to this guy? This is what he does to his wife. This is what he does to his children. He's there preaching to us, but at home this is what is happening. And then you hear that and you're like, whoa, you don't say. And the moment you're saying you don't say, you're thinking of very many other people that you're going to tell. You just say you don't say, but you're going to say. Loss of favor normally follows a bad reputation. Favor is something critical in life, absolutely critical. Let me tell you, you might have a degree, you might have a godfather, you might have everything in place. But then if you just don't have favor, the so-called breakthrough that you're looking for might not happen. And this might be just because you have not cared of your reputation. You've had a bad reputation. We advance in life at times through the goodwill that has been brought to us by having a great reputation. Goodwill is for people bequeathing it to us. We don't buy goodwill. We don't even know when goodwill happens. It just happens. That's what favor is all about. And there are some instances where reputation alone is able to complete a transaction. Good favor. Goodwill. That alone is able to he's a son of this and this. It's okay. It's done. It's paid. I consider it paid. That's how favor communicates. It borrows from your reputation and pays forward for the things that you want to do. That's what favor does. It clears the way for you going forward, but looking back at what you've done or what you've accomplished or what your reputation is, the totality, the sum total of what your reputation is. You might be someone coming from XYZ company, or you might be someone coming from this part of the world. For example, there's a part of the world where we know that they don't like litter, they don't like dirt, they like cleaning. And so you can be sure that if we are trying to get someone to give someone a contract for cleanliness, favor goes to the person who's coming from a background or a culture that celebrates cleanliness. That's favor. But that favor has come because of the reputation that they have built, or the reputation that they own, or the reputation that they have up to now. But the opposite is true. If they have a bad reputation, that favor is lost. There are some instances where reputation alone is able to complete a transaction. And when the reputation is soiled, when it is blighted, that favor, that goodwill, it just goes out of the window. Now, you have to know, you have to be treated with the strictest of checks, just to make sure that people are safe because of your bad reputation. There's no difference. There's no what do they normally say? They normally say benefit of the doubt. There is no benefit of the doubt. Now let me tell you something. Favor is not a benefit of the doubt. Favor is it's on a higher level than the benefit of the doubt. Favor is actually, benefit of the doubt is there's some qualms, there's some doubts, but let it pass. But favor, there is certainty that this is a good person, certainty that we can bank on this guy, we can bank on this lady. That is what favor is all about. But that doesn't come with a bad reputation. It comes with a good reputation. So when they ascribe to you a bad reputation, when that happens, your advancement easily becomes stifled. Now it becomes harder. It's basically like Adam has just sinned, and now the Bible says that from now on, the ground is going to become hard. It's going to be toily for you to make it in life. The favor is gone. The favor is lost. Of course, we know how we can redeem that favor. But when the favor is gone, life is harder. And I know some people will say, oh, but you don't need to be doing favors to people. There's nepotism, there's tribalism and all that stuff. No, let me tell you something. It is about reputation. You cannot get favor with a bad reputation, period. That's just the way it is. When you have a bad reputation, your advancement is hard. It is slowed down. Sometimes it can completely be shut down because you have no favor. But when you do have favor, let me tell you, when you do have favor, the King himself will move heaven and earth to make sure that it is well for you. Every hurdle, favor clears all the hurdles out of your life. It pulls all the stops to make sure that what is for you, what is coming to you, comes to you. What is positively needed in your life happens because of that particular favor. That's why we need to care about having a good reputation. Because with a bad reputation, people are not going to recommend you anymore, anywhere anymore. People are not going to fight for you. You see, someone who has favor, you have no idea, guys. There is someone in a boardroom somewhere fighting for you like hell, that you can get that contract. Because they are banking on your good reputation. No kickbacks. I'm not talking about kickbacks here. I know kickbacks have a way to waft themselves into these conversations and so on. But that's not what I'm discussing. I'm talking favor. It's a real thing. Let me tell you, favor is a real thing. It happens. It happens. You cannot control favor. The best you can do is to have a good reputation. You cannot dictate when favor is going to kick in. You cannot. Sometimes you don't even know favor is happening for you. You don't even know favor is going on for you. You don't even know favor is clearing the road for you. You don't even know favor is fighting for you. You cannot know. But it only does so if you have a good reputation. Therefore, you and I, we need to be careful, because we stand to lose this favor immediately we have a bad reputation. We cannot keep favor in the same pocket, in the same basket, in the same room with a bad reputation. Doesn't happen. Tomorrow we're going to look at something else that you stand to lose in case you have a bad reputation. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.